Now, something I'm excited to talk about,
All right.
really excited to talk about, Castlevania.
Oh yeah.
All right, so as everyone's aware, if you haven't seen it, go to Netflix's social media page and find they posted the trailer for Castlevania and Nocturne season 2. And man,
I love Castlevania, man.
when
I do.
Alucard and Richter, I mean, we're going to get into this, but when they had Alucard and Richter at the end of that trailer, yeah, dude, they look pimp, dude.
I'm
Like,
going to tell you that's the only thing, and I'm glad that they brought Alucard in because that it saved the show because it was
yeah,
kind of going, it was kind of meh for a while. It was kind of
yeah, it was very slow, and the bad guys really were stupid. Like,
the
and
chick was cool
they
though.
didn't they didn't really make Richter. I mean, it's kind of like his growth, I guess, with what they're getting into. But like towards the end is the only when you can see Richter starting like legit. You see his powers
Yeah.
because if you look at the Castlevania timeline, when it comes to all the Belmonts, Richter is the one, if not the strongest Belmont out of the entire timeline.
Hmm.
At least most powerful. So hopefully they get into that a little bit more. Um, but you saw Alucard; he has that classic look to him, and Richter.
Well,
And
I'm hoping they tie it all together, like how he got there. Like, did he time travel? Like, what is going on? Like, well, obviously he had to, but why? How?
I hope they do too. But I hope they do focus a lot on them this
Yeah,
season. Like,
please.
listen, I get you want to go into these side characters that a lot of people really don't care about, man. Like, I would say fans. I get people that don't know anything about Castlevania, watch the show. I get you
Yeah.
like these, you might like these characters, but as fans, I want to see Alucard and Richter killing things.
You know
Like,
what's
I want
funny?
to see their stories more than I want to see all these side characters that really aren't part of don't have major, I guess, you know, factors in the lore when it comes to Castlevania.
You know what's gonna be funny is there's gonna be one episode of Alucard and that's it, and then he's going back. That'll be.
Then they need to quit. They need to just season 2 done.
Yeah, that's what they'll
Stop
do.
it. But I hope this actually eventually leads to, are they going? You think they're going to go into Symphony of the Night
It
eventually?
could. I mean, if that's the way it's going, I mean, it has to, right?
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean, yeah,
he had the
technically it
gear
has to.
on. He
Like
had the
after
gear on.
this series of, of Nocturne, they go into Alucard trying to rescue Richter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
In a
because he had
different.
he had the Symphony of the Night gear on.
Yeah, he did.
Hmm.
And I think it's just a winning formula if you have Alucard
Yeah.
and you have a Belmont.
Oh
Like,
God, don't talk about Alucard. That way I get another discussion on Twitter.
but I mean, listen, you can say like the bad guys are okay, but like you got to bring back Dracula, dude. I know people are like, well, we just had Dracula last season, all right, but you can rephase Dracula
Well,
into
they brought
something.
him back every single time, so I mean, I'm sure they can
They
figure it out.
got to. I
Yeah.
mean, like Dracula is the, and, you don't even have to go to make him look. You can make him look different, whatever you want. But you got to have Dracula in this games.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is they can just get like, I mean, what was Simon's quest? Was it like they had to gather all his body parts or
Yep.
whatever? Yeah. So I mean, they could do something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh
But
God, don't talk about Dracula and Alucard. That what we'll get into another discussion where everybody's well, actually, he's not the son of Dracula. It's actually this guy.
oh yeah, those guys were.
I
They didn't realize you were talking about Castlevania though. They thought
know,
you were talking
God,
about some 1940s film.
I know. And what's funny is I couldn't even get the 1980s game across. Why would I talk about the 40? Why would I talk about something even older?
Yeah. Grant, what? All right. So, what do you want to see in season 2?
I want to see the
Mania.
story. Yes, I want to see the story progress between Richter and Alucard that pushes it towards Symphony of the Night. That's going to get him where he goes off to fight. Because I mean, here's the thing: so you have to bring Dracula back for Richter to go to the castle for him to
Yeah.
get kidnapped or whatever, And I want to see him going. That's what I want to see. I want to see Alucard going to save him. Into the cap, I wonder if it's gonna be like the whole game where he like loses all his powers and shit, and he has
Yeah.
to.
So I want to see like an epic showdown of Richter versus Dracula,
Yeah,
and then they go into Symphony Night where Alucard is going after Richter, maybe the later series. But like I want to see that epic showdown when you saw Trevor and Death fight. Remember
yeah,
at the end of
hmm,
the regular Castlevania series?
yeah.
That was such an awesome showdown. So hopefully they go into that and have like a badass showdown
They
between
should
Richter.
they should bring back Dracula, but not make him as human. Like bring him just like an evil,
Bring back a legit,
like a evil asshole.
psycho Dracula. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I think, because that could play into the whole he doesn't remember any of his ex-wife or any of that stuff that got killed. So he's just,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Let's see.
I mean, these are all good. Here's the thing. Here's the thing is these are all good ideas. None of it's probably going to happen. So
Yeah, I know. But because when they did that trailer, they showed Richter and Alucard. They're like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be about Richter and Alucard mainly.
that's gonna be like the first episode, and he's
They
going back.
try to
He's like,
trap you sometimes.
he's
when they
he's
do
gonna be
that.
like, here's what I brought you from the future. All right, now I'm going.
Yeah, just disappears after episode 1. All right. But I am curious. I also want to see them maybe mix a little comedy between how Alucard was with Trevor.
Yeah,
Maybe give that, and same thing with Richter.
yeah, it was
Put a
good.
little comedy into it. But I hope it revolves heavily around Richter and Alucard.
Yeah.
That's what my final thoughts on that.